Hello, it's Orit here. Welcome to the channel with another Etsy tip specifically for Canadian sellers. This actually came about because I had created a video. One of our viewers asked about whether there's currency conversion fees that Etsy charges when you are selling in a different currency than your bank account currency. And it actually sparked a memory in my mind when we first set up our store. We're in Canada, and we set up our store initially in US dollars, in US currency, because we're like, awesome, the US dollar is stronger than our dollar. That means we get more money. Yeah, Canadian dollar is weaker. But in actuality, we changed our shop currency back to Canadian dollars, and I'll tell you why. So if you're listing in a currency, if your shop is listing in a currency that is different from your bank account currency, then you will be charged a 2.5% currency conversion fee. Now, if you want to know more about, what kind of fees are involved, or transaction sales fees, currency exchange, all that kind of stuff, I'll link to other related videos on this channel for you that I'll put in the description. But for the purposes of this video, I wanted to share why we actually changed our currency, our shop currency, back to Canadian dollars. And that's because we wanted to avoid that 2.5% currency conversion fee. See, Etsy charges 2.5% on the sale amount in addition to the exchange rate. This is because if you are selling in US dollars and they have to take that money and put it in your bank account, which is in Canadian bank account, then they're charging you a fee to do that exchange where they have to convert it to Canadian dollars and then deposit that into your account. If your shop currency is listed in Canadian dollars and your bank account is a Canadian bank account, then you won't be charged that 2.5% currency conversion fee. And keep in mind too, if you're worried, if you're worried that the other person's going to see all of your listings in Canadian dollars, that's not the case. The buyers or the visitors who come to your store will see your listings in their currency. So if your shop currency is Canadian dollars, you've listed an item at 20 Canadian dollars, they won't see that the item costs 20 Canadian dollars on there, and they will see whatever it costs in US dollars if they're in the US. So that kind of leads me to the second benefit of changing our shop currency back to Canadian dollars, is because our dollar is weaker than the US, our listings will actually be a little bit more competitive because they will seem lower in price to someone in the US who's looking at our store. This is an advantage to you if most of your buyers, if you're noticing that most of your buyers and your customers are in the US, because your prices will be a little bit cheaper, right? Because of the exchange rate. They will see it in US dollars, but it will be lower. Obviously, I don't know what exactly you're selling or what industry you're in, but this is just speaking in a general sense. Some people who have changed their shop currency back to Canadian dollars have seen an increase in sales from their US buyers, and others not. There's just so many variables involved. But it's just something to keep in mind that if your shop currency is in Canadian dollars, your bank account is in Canadian dollars, you will not be charged that 2.5% currency conversion fee. And if your buyers are mostly in the US, it will be an advantage. So that's just a quick tip for you. Let me know what you think about this. These are just our thoughts and what we've done with our store, but I'd love to hear from you. If you have any additional comments or questions, please leave them in the comments below. And by the way, if you don't know what your shop currency is currently, then what you can do is log into your Etsy store, go to your shop manager. On the left-hand side, go to your finances tab, and then go to payment settings. When you go to payment settings, you'll reach a page like this, and it'll take you to, and you'll just need to go to the currency tab. And at the top here, you'll see what currency your shop is. And if you do want to change it back, you can easily do that just by selecting your shop currency and then going down at the bottom here and selecting change shop currency. So that's it for this video, guys. Be sure to check out the other tutorials in the description. I will link to them if you want to know more about what Etsy is charging you in terms of sales, transaction fees, currency conversion, all that kind of stuff. I'll link to those videos down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye. Back from the dead.